morning. Welcome to this special event where this book, Cashing In on Education, Women, Childcare and Prosperity in Latin America and the Caribbean, will be the main protagonist here today. Written by Mercedes Mateo from the IDB and Lourdes Rodriguez Tamusi from the World Bank. We're going to meet them very soon. The book highlights how equality between men and women in Latin America and the Caribbean has gone through significant changes in the last decades, especially in terms of education. But women still faces difficulties to transform their increased education into better economic, social, and political opportunities. They continue to experience salary discrimination, low representation in top positions, and important obstacles to reconcile work and family. This book, Cashing In on Education, brings new elements to the public policy debate about alternatives that could effectively help barriers to female economic participation. It analyzes how specific policy instruments, such as provision of childcare, for example, can expand women's opportunities and address equality and efficiency challenges. It's my pleasure to introduce you for these opening remarks, this conversation today of such an interesting and relevant issue, to the IDB Vice President for Sectors and Knowledge, Santiago Levy. Now you all can also participate in this event. Let me explain you very briefly how this is going to work. No matter if you are watching us through live stream or if you are seated here in person, maybe from the office, maybe from home, you can be all part of the conversation here today. You could see the information before. We have an open Wi-Fi for free also. And then we're gonna Slido now. For those who never heard about that before, you can just visit slido.com and using that code they're going to ask Cashing Edu with that hashtag. And then before the round of questions for the panel that we're gonna have in a few moments here, and until the end of the event, we would like you to have your opinion here. We're gonna ask you about that, and we're gonna vote live for 2 different questions. So it's called Slido, as I mentioned. It's very easy to work. You can use your cell phones, your iPads, you can do it from your computer. So cell phones are allowed just for this time, okay? So if you're ready, we're gonna make you the first question. We're ready? Okay, you there? To reduce poverty and inequality, it's more cost effective in the long run. We're gonna give you 2 different options here. So you can vote for promote female participation in the labor market, providing subsidized childcare from 0 to 5 years, or provide vouchers for mothers to take care of their children at home. You can choose your answer here. Whenever you're ready, you can vote. Is it possible, 100% the same opinion? Okay, let's go with the second question. You can change your mind later after the conversation. Let's see what happens there. Well, it changed a little bit now. Let's go ahead with the second question. Whenever you're ready, do children aged 0 to 5 benefit from attending childcare? There are gonna be 3 different options now. It depends, will be the first one, yes, the second one, or no, the third one. So whenever you're ready, you can vote now. We are voting here in our live polls. It's changing a little bit. Okay, but the first option is the favorite. So for now, it depends. As I mentioned, you can change your mind after the panel. Let's see what happens after our lovely conversation we're gonna have here. So remember, you can log in from any device. As I mentioned, it will keep open during the whole event. Let me introduce you first one of the authors of Cashing In on Education. She is a World Bank economist. She is here with us. So Lourdes Rodriguez Tamusi. There are other questions that keep there open. We can give them to our panelists today, and then maybe we can still use this hashtag and keep the conversation after this presentation. But before saying goodbye, let's slide again, as we mentioned you. Whenever you're ready, let's repeat the questions we did at the beginning of the event. They're going to be exactly the same question. We just want to check if you change your mind after the presentation and the panel. So let's. You can vote from your mobile devices. You can use the iPad, the computer. Remember, you can also use your cell phones. And with the first one, it was poverty and inequality. It's more cost effective in the long run. There are two different options here. It's clearly 100% the response. I'm not sure if you need more time to vote or maybe it was that the option. It's pretty similar to the first time we made this question. It's clearly your answer here. Let's go ahead with the second question we made at the beginning of the event also. Do children aged 0 to 5 benefit from attending childcare? There are three options here. It depends, which is clearly your favorite one. Yes, with a 30% and 5%. So those were your answers here. Pretty similar to the beginning of the conversation, but it changed a little bit. Not sure if you want to add any final comment here. Before reminding them to download the book, you can also find it printed outside, and you also can have their signatures here at the authors. So,
I want to thank Emiliana, Anna, and Justin for coming and making great comments about both the book and other issues that are of concern to all of us. And I want to, I can't. I have to do it. I'm sorry, but I have to. I really want to thank deeply Santiago Levy for his support during the completion of this book from the beginning, all the discussions that we have. I think it was a great pleasure to work with you on all the other issues, but particularly on this one. I think we had great discussions. The book is, usually these kind of projects are a product of different interactions with different people. In this case, interactions with you have been critical, so thank you so much for your support. There is one more person besides Emiliana that I also want to thank you for your support, because it was in a transition period, and so thank you so much for your support. And also Andy Morrison also provided financial support and motivational support for this project. So he's not here, he had to go to New York, but I think Lawrence is here and in his behalf, so thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for attending this event, and let's keep on talking about this.